There were a lot of predatory loans going around in the housing bubble. And at this point, we all know that. What I wanted to know was when there were families who got these so-called ninja loans, right? No income, no job, no assets, no problem. Or these loans that had these teaser rates and then reset at a higher level. And you were told, oh, you can just refinance. Or the main character in my book, Sandy Jolly, whose family owned their home outside of Los Angeles for more than 30 years until they got a reverse mortgage that sapped their equity. And all of these families lost their homes to foreclosure. What I wanted to know was what happened after, right? We've been stuck in this country on this trauma of 2007, 2008, 2009. But now here we are in 2019. 10 years have passed. The unemployment rate is low. The president tells us everything is great, but people don't feel like everything is great. So, you know, we have jobs, but what happened to our wealth? They took it. That's what happened.
And also the disproportionate impact that this loss of equity in all these homes had, especially on the African American and Latino communities, which were even more dependent on home equity for what little wealth they had, net wealth they had.
What we see is that banks like Steve Mnuchin's bank concentrated their foreclosures in communities of color. And then, when they started making loans again, when the economy improved, they didn't make loans to those communities. So they wiped out the wealth of these communities with foreclosure. But then, over a 5-year period, Steve Mnuchin's bank made 3 loans to help African Americans buy homes. And 11 loans, this is a national bank, helped 3 African Americans and 11 Latinos buy homes over 5 years. And now, Steve Mnuchin, as the Treasury Secretary, is in charge of regulating every American bank. And so he and Donald Trump picked one of his deputies at OneWest Bank, Joseph Otting, for this position called Comptroller of the Currency, which basically is America's top bank cop, who's in charge of enforcing laws like the Community Reinvestment Act that are meant to stop redlining. So this bank, which didn't make any loans, hardly any, to communities of color, is now in charge, you know, its leadership under President Trump, of making sure that these anti-redlining laws are followed.